What's going on, guys? Bobby with Consumer Time Capsule, back with the 16th volume of the CTC Lightning Round Review, where every Friday we take a look at 8 new products, and this time is winter/holiday themed. Unlike with Halloween, where we tried to get everything done in one, it is going to be impossible this kind of Christmas season. We've got at least 2 or 3, 4 lightning rounds left to go to cover all of the awesome stuff that's coming out. So this is just the first taste. Let's take a look at the new products. Great value gingerbread twist and shout, generic Oreos. We've got sweet cinnamon Kit Kat bars, Wintermint Hostess Ding Dongs, and then we've got the mint chocolate Hostess Twinkies. A couple of cranberry drinks here, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry, and the return of the Sierra Mist Cranberry Splash. And then we got Little Debbie Eggnog Cake Rolls and Fudge Covered Ritz. So we're going to turn off the camera. Ryan and I are going to try all 8 products, and when we come back, we're going to rank all 8 products from worst to first in a capsule countdown and give everything a gimmick grade, so you'll know just how interesting all of these new products are. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. And we're back for today's capsule countdown, and coming in at 8th place, aka last place, is the Winter Spiced Cranberry Sprite. Now, I got this for $1.78 at the Walmart checkout, and it's not Sprite's first foray into a cranberry-oriented beverage, but it is the first spice cranberry one. And Ryan, did you taste any spice? Yeah. Really, there's some sweetness in there, but overall, look, this is, it's not even as strong a taste as regular Sprite. It's just a generic sweetness, and for 54 grams of sugar in one little bottle, you are not getting any bang for that buck. As far as the gimmick grade goes, you know, it's a little seasonal looking, but it's still kind of low effort. So I'm going to give the gimmick a 5 out of 10, and I'm going to give the taste 8th place on today's capsule countdown with a 2.5 out of 10. So, not all that great. Coming in 7th place is going to be the first of our Hostess options. It's the mint chocolate Twinkies. So usually I like the combination of mint and chocolate. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite products really ever, but especially of the Christmas season, is the Ghirardelli peppermint bark things, you know, and that combines the chocolate and the mint. These $2.98 at Walmart, man oh man, the chocolate outside I think I actually prefer to the regular Twinkies sponge cake.
Agreed.
It does still capture that same distinctive oiliness of Twinkies, which I would actually put in the negative category, but the mint inside is trash. It has really ruined what could be an okay Twinkie. The gimmick grade, look, I love the box. And the thing that I love most about the box, Ryan, zoom in, I know you know. Limited edition is just so genius, and that is why we make these reviews right there. Screw how stuff tastes. We want to point out that this is limited edition. So yeah, $2.98 at Walmart. Man, the gimmick grade, I will give it I gotta give it a lot of bonus points, right? I can give it a 7.5 out of 10, even though it's just a mint Twinkie. And as far as the taste goes, really a bit of a rough ride. I can give it a 3.5 out of 10. All right, coming in at number 6 is gonna be the other Hostess option. So this one is the Wintermint Ding Dongs, also $2.98 at Walmart. And the hilarious thing about this is, I don't know if you guys have heard, I hadn't heard of it until the cereal that we're going to review soon, but there's a movie, Frozen, that basically has this same color scheme and font. And this looks like a Frozen movie product, and it says, "Try it Frozen," which we did, and it was really not all that much better. But I just think it's so hilarious. I think they really were bidding on the rights to use the Frozen movie, and when it didn't pan out, like it did with Ghostbusters a few years ago, when the movie tie-in didn't pan out, they were just like, well, screw it. Let's do everything identical to what we were going to do anyway, but just remove literally the name frozen in a different context and put it somewhere else. As far as the taste, I mean, Ding Dongs are actually, I'd say, one of Hostess's more underrated cakes. Pretty good overall, but it does get a little toothpastey when you put it in the freezer. That was Ryan's immediate assessment. And, you know, it's okay. White chocolate's not really my favorite. The crispiness of the granular sugar on the outside is actually pretty pleasant. So, you know, you really can't argue with that. As far as the gimmick goes, with this box and everything, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I don't care what anybody says. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. I'm even feeling pretty generous. So 9.5 out of 10. But in terms of taste, it's a 4 out of 10. 6th place on today's Capsule Countdown. All right, so now that we've got both of the Hostess products out of the way, we're going to get the second soda out of the way. Rip that Band-Aid off as well. It is the Sierra Mist Cranberry Splash. This drink actually has a pretty good reputation online. I know a lot of folks are really happy about the return of this particular beverage. Made with real sugar, it is caffeine-free. It's cranberry lemon lime flavored soda. It does come with a very distinctly cranberry looking hue. The big old thing is $1 at Walmart. So you cannot argue with the price. Big old 2 liter. As far as the drink itself, this is just another case where the flavors are just really subdued. It's not one of my favorite things. You know, with cranberry, you just expect it to really have that distinct flavor. In this one, it tastes like if you let ice melt in a glass of cranberry juice until it was completely liquid. Like they're just, it's muted everything, and I think that really works against it. As far as the gimmick goes, this is really phone it in packaging at its worst. I'm gonna give the gimmick a 2.5 out of 10. And as far as taste goes, it is 5th place on today's Capsule Countdown, but really the cutoff is right about here in terms of what's good and what's bad. So still a pretty low grade, 4.5 out of 10. So that's 5th place, and coming in at 4th on today's Capsule Countdown, we're getting into the better stuff. It's the Sweet Cinnamon Kit Kats, and look at how adorable that wrapper design is with the little elves with their sunglasses on. As far as I can tell, these are only coming in the bags of minis, and as of this moment, I have only seen the Sweet Cinnamon Kit Kats at Walmart and CVS. I purchased mine at Walmart for $2.98, and they come in just this big old bag. Guess they've got 32 pieces of Kit Kat in here, so I hope you like it maybe a little bit more than we did. Here's the thing with the Kit Kat. I love original Kit Kats. I love dark chocolate Kit Kats. This one doesn't really live up to that standard, but it is a different enough flavor that you could eat both. You know, like it's more of like, it's enough to kind of mess with it, but I don't think it's enough to add to it positively. Is that, I mean, really having a hard time even describing the flavor. Ryan, can you help me out here? Throw me a life raft. 100%. The texture is beautiful. The chocolate, the wafer, it is perfect, but it's just it's a little bit off. It is pretty cinnamony though. You know, yeah. You really can't argue with it. You are getting what is advertised. The problem is what is advertised isn't as good as the other types of Kit Kats that are out there. So as far as the gimmick goes, I love the packaging. I love that Kit Kat came out with something new this holiday season. Instead of coasting off of something old or just putting a red and green wrapper on regular Kit Kats, which I'm sure they're doing anyway. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 for the gimmick. And for the taste, 6 out of 10, 5th place on today's Capsule Countdown. Or 4th place on today's Capsule Countdown. Which brings us to the 3rd place. A returning product from last year, but we didn't try it then. It is the Eggnog Cake Rolls from Little Debbie. Little Debbie, once again, wins against Hostess in a head-to-head battle. So these are kind of the Swiss cake roll style, but on the outside, it's just like a vanilla icing, very light vanilla icing. And I think these were actually pretty well done. You get little Christmas cards on the back, so if you're really cheap and you want a $2 series of 5 Christmas cards to give to your friends and your family, this is the way to do it. So here's what they look like. Really, it looks exactly like it does on the packaging. You got to give it up to them on that end. Really tasty. It did have a good eggnog flavor and also the familiar Swiss cake roll flavor. Like the balance of it was just pretty much perfect. Really good. Some stiff competition with the top two, and that's really what's keeping it from being an even higher end product on today's Capsule Countdown. But I am going to give it I give a solid 7.5 out of 10, and third place on today's Capsule Countdown. What do you think about that, Ryan?
I think that's good.
All right. That gets us to our top two. What's it going to be? It is going to be Great Value Twist and Shout Gingerbread. So these are the generic Oreos at Walmart. Like I said, every product today coming from Walmart. $1.98 on these. You've got the golden generic Oreo outside with a very hefty filling. That is like practically like a double stuff right there.
Yeah.
Really, and I think that worked actually really well to its advantage. The inside really stole the show. It's really more of like a cinnamon spice than it is a gingerbread. Gingerbread can be a little harsh. This is a bit more dialed back. So if you're a gingerbread traditionalist, like if you're biting out of gingerbread houses and stuff, or gingerbread cookies, this does not taste like that. But I think that's for the best. So I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10, second place on today's Capsule Countdown, and a very high recommendation to run to Walmart and get it. As far as the gimmick goes, it's another one where it's a little phoned in on the packaging, but it is good to have a gingerbread flavor out. Oreo's not doing a gingerbread, this holiday season. So I can give the gimmick a 5 out of 10. What the heck? What's up?
Considering the cinnamon, how do you think it compares to the mystery churro?
Mystery churro Oreo was one of those once in a year product run quality product, and this is a little rung below that. But it's in the conversation. Mm-hmm. Look, at $1.98 versus $2.98, maybe worth it. Like it depends on how much saving a buck is worth to you, I guess. But certainly do both. I mean, like both are out. Try both, even if you only eat half of each. I would recommend just going ahead and getting both. But definitely great product, well worth second place on today's Capsule Countdown. And that brings us to the fudge covered Ritz. First place with a bullet. Ryan and I tried these first out of all 8 of these, and then it was just all downhill from there. These are damn near perfect. You just really can't argue with this. It's kind of one of those things where it's interesting enough that everybody's going to want to try them, but you never know if that's going to be delicious or gross. And it was the best case scenario humanly possible. The outer layer of chocolate reminds me, and really the whole texture and chocolate coverage, everything reminds me of Thin Mints, but I like them even better than Thin Mints, and that's really saying a lot. You do still get the butteriness and the saltiness of a Ritz, and the chocolate that they use on the outside is absolutely fantastic, just perfect. Just freaking perfect. If you've ever had the fudge covered Oreos that we've reviewed here on the channel, or the fudge covered Nutter Butters, it's the same chocolate we raved about on those reviews, but it's going on a Ritz. Now these have been out for, I guess, 6 years now, 6 holiday seasons, but they just redesigned the package this year, so that's why I got it. $2.98 at Walmart, and worth every freaking penny. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 for the taste. I think it's perfect.
I agree.
As far as the Gimmick Grade, it's knocking on the door, but I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think it could have gone a little crazier on the packaging, but certainly the weirdness of covering a Ritz in fudge, I think is very, very interesting. I love that it comes in a box, so I'm gonna give it a half-point bonus. I can go 19.5 total on this, go 9.5 on the Gimmick Grade. So Definitely my highest recommendation so far this holiday season. And unless we get a double 10, it's probably going to hold up. So go out and get it. Share it with your family and friends this Christmas. And I think everybody's really going to be digging your holiday party. But while we're talking about the holidays, as is tradition here on the CTC Lightning Round every Friday, show you an older product from the archives. This one is actually on the newer side, but one that I really wanted to spotlight here because I would love to see it make a comeback. It's the white chocolate peppermint Pringles from 2011. Look, these were really, 2012, sorry about that. These were really something special. Look at that. It is a regular Pringle. It's like potato chip with white chocolate peppermint coverage. Now, this year they did the turducken Pringles. Unfortunately, I tried to log in on 4 different devices and the stupid site would never load and nobody would help me. So, I didn't get them. But I really wish that I could just go to a store and get something really interesting like these white chocolate peppermint Pringles. So, anyway, I hope you guys remember this. And if you do, what did you think about it at the time? I know a lot of folks said they were gross. A lot of folks said they were delicious. The ones who said they were gross are wrong, and the ones who said that they were delicious were right. So I'm just letting you know. Anyway, this is just the first of hopefully many holiday-themed reviews here on the CTC Review. And as always, stay tuned on Tuesdays for a regular CTC Review and Fridays for a CTC Lightning Round where we cover 8 new products hitting store shelves near you. So, of course, until next time, I will miss you until I see you. I'm going to eat Ritz until I just run out, I guess. Cheers.